So what is copyright? Well, copyright basically protects the original work of authorship. Think of it. I mean, a picture is copyrightable, music is copyrightable, sculptures, movies, all of these can be copyright. And what does the copyright give to the copyright owner? It gives him the right to exploit his copyrighted work. And he exploits it in many ways. He has the right to reproduce the copyrighted work. He has the right to create a derivative work from the copyrighted work, the right to distribute copies of it, and the right to perform it basically publicly. Keep in mind, however, that simply because you have possession of something that is copyrightable doesn't mean you own the copyright. The most important thing to remember about copyright, in my opinion, is that copyright does not protect an idea. It protects the expression of that idea. What's the difference between the two? Well, consider this scenario. A young man who's been raised by his overprotective aunt and uncle discovers that he has superpowers, and it is his responsibility to save the world from danger. That's the idea. Now, how can you express that idea and get ownership of that expression and therefore copyright in it? Well, it could be Spider-Man, it could be Luke, it could be Superman, or it could be Harry Potter. The idea of having superpowers to protect society is not protectable by copyright. But how you express that idea is protectable. Copyright infringement means basically you've taken and created something which is substantially similar to a copyrighted work. But think of the term, copyright. That means you have to copy it, okay? If you independently create something which is substantially similar to a copyrighted work, that doesn't mean you've infringed upon that work. But the law recognizes that a copyright owner is never going to be able to prove, usually, that someone actually copied his work. I saw them copy my work. That's hard to prove. But basically, if there is a substantial similarity to the work and the person had access, think of the example where someone comes up and creates a mouse, which is very entertaining and looks a lot like Mickey Mouse, but claims, well, I never saw Mickey Mouse in my life, and therefore I didn't copy it. That's kind of hard to believe, okay? So therefore, the court will look at the accessibility and see if there are substantial similarities between the two, then there's a pretty good chance that the person had access to the Mickey Mouse work. I don't know what hangover movie this was, 2, 3, I'm not sure. But Ed Hames has got this tattoo, a tattoo made famous, of course, by Mike Tyson. I think it was Warner Brothers who actually produced the movie. They're about to release the movie when all of a sudden they get served with a complaint seeking an injunction, basically, to stop the running of the movie, claiming copyright infringement, okay? What was the basis of the claim? As I said, physical possession does not give you the copyright in the particular. The simple fact that Tyson paid for the tattoo doesn't necessarily transfer to him the copyright ownership of that item, okay? It was the creator of the tattoo who brought the lawsuit, because it was the creator of the tattoo who had the copyright ownership of the tattoo. Basically, copyrights go transferred by one of two ways. Either consider a work for hire, which is a very technical legal term, or there's some kind of contractual transfer of the copyright from the creator to the person who is essentially buying it. So in this case, basically, the tattoo artist had the rights, the copyright to the tattoo, notwithstanding the fact that they're on Tyson's face, and therefore this case was settled before it went to trial.